Good evening, welcome back to my channel. There is this report that rendered few months ago when this protest about the hardship in the country started. It was reported that the Igbos do not want to join the protests, and from what I am seeing, it has started resonating again. They have started saying it again that the Igbos do not want to join the upcoming protests. So tonight, I want to ask you guys, should the Igbos join the upcoming protests? I need an answer from you guys. I need you guys to comment. Should the Igbos join protests or upcoming protests in Nigeria? To further answer this question tonight, I have two great activists that have shared their thoughts on whether the Igbos should join the protest or the upcoming protest in Nigeria. They are Dele Farotimi and Aisha Yesufu. I want you guys to pay attention, listen to them, to see if they support the Igbos to join the protest or not. Pay attention to the both of them.
Come and protest to Arewa is looking for Igbo people. I thought protest was around. So protest is no longer around. Now they are looking for Igbo people. Igbo people will sit this one out. Nah. So that when they will now look for, the usual scapegoat that Nigeria has is always Igbo people. So they will not come and start blaming Igbo people, and then it will be easy for them because there are Igbos all over the country. Now they get shops now. They will now be looking for one thing or the other to go. This one, after all, Arewa get population now. Nobody get population. Nobody tell us say they get population, they can vote here. That same population where they say vote, is the same population you need for protest. Voting is the biggest number one protest. So as they no protest that time and they want to protest now, no wahala. When person hear where, not be mouth did they tell them. So person will say he heard, he no go use him brain. They go help and use that brain well. And when they don't use that brain finish, your body go tell them. They go hear where. Share of us the gather suffer, and I pity say only you get some certain people will go suffer. That I remember there was a video I did. I probably will look for that video and attach it. I did that video. I think that was 2022, where I said voting for Igbo person. No, voting for Peter Obi. It's not voting for Igbo people. Is voting for the most competent, and that there were a lot of people who were like, oh, we show the Igbos, they will not vote Peter Obi, they will show the Igbos. I say, look, if there is any tribe in Nigeria that can withstand any kind of suffering that Nigeria will, I say it's the Igbo person. Why? They have already seen the wars of Nigeria. The war. Igbo people.
Look, when you have a situation where there is a concerted effort to stigmatize an ethnic nationality and blame them for everything that goes wrong, and that ethnic nationality in response now say, okay, you know what, so that they will not say that it is we who are causing problem, please stay out of any wahala that is being orchestrated. I can't blame them. If the Igbo man is saying, I don't have any problem with Tinubu, I'm not part of any protest against the government, I can't blame them for saying that. I grew up in an era where whenever there was any problem, the first thing people did was to loot. And who are the people who lost when shops and markets were looted or burnt? It was Igbo, because those are that's the merchant class in Nigeria. Long time ago, when Nigeria had not become the evil forest that it is today, it was just in his infancy at that time. The Igbo man learned that the government has nothing for him. So he learned to survive on his own. You will rarely ever find an Igbo man applying to the civil service or looking for salary job. So the average one, even the ones I went to university with, they will go and attach themselves to somebody in the market. They will learn a trade. So they learned to do without government. They learned to discount the government completely, which means that the Igbo man is better equipped than any other Nigerian to cope with our current circumstances, where the government has become completely useless. The Igbo man was already prepared for the uselessness of the government. So now that he is prepared for it, and everybody else have now decided to stigmatize the Igbo man, I can't blame the Igbo man for turning around and saying, it's none of my business, oh, enjoy your government. He didn't enjoy anything from the government before. So for somebody, and I'm talking about the average Igbo man who is like me and you. I'm not talking about the Ojius or Kalus of this world or the Okorochas of this world who have always fed on the grievances of Ndi Igbo and made money by appeasement of government and then presuming to speak on behalf of. I'm not speaking to those ones. I'm speaking for the average man on the street who grew up believing that he has no portion in Nigeria, which was what fed the Biafran spirit and the demand for Biafra even 50 years after the Civil War. So I'm not speaking to the man on the street of Ala Igbo. I'm not speaking to the trader in Alaba or at Aspanda or at Ladipo. All those ones, they have always lived with the mentality of being victims of the system. So when a victim of the system is telling you, leave me out of your protest, go and deal, because it wasn't gaining anything from the system in the first place. So if he wasn't gaining anything from the system in the first place, he has nothing to lose if the situation becomes... The only thing that is happening now is that more victims are being recruited into the Nigerian mess. So why should he, who was always a victim, further victimize himself by joining those he believes are responsible for his victimhood? Unfortunately, it only assures the victimization of everybody.
Yes, exactly.
But it is now incumbent on those of us who know better to help him to understand that, yes, we understand that was yesterday. But for us to all come out of this together, you would have to move away from that pain to now walk. Now at least everybody is now suffering. Yorubas will say that it means that until suffering is democratized, it is not possible to end it. The suffering in Nigeria has now been democratized. Long ago, I predicted that the Nigerian revolution will start in northern Nigeria. The only reason I said so at the time is because the North had always been the reason we could not find common purpose to fight the evil. But now that the person in power in the presidency is not a northerner, and is at best a nominal Muslim, and the suffering has now been fully democratized, the northern street, I'm not talking about the northern elite, the northern street has no interest in forbearing and continuing to suffer. Why is it that all of a sudden everything that they tolerated during the years of Muhammadu Buhari is no longer tolerable? Have you considered that? Look, I don't know how long it's going to take, but if this mess continues, the problem that will consume this government will start in northern Nigeria. It's not going to start in the east. The Igbo man has more or less taken a position. I was always a victim. Go and solve your problem. Leave me alone in my little corner. If you lie, steal all the money in the world. You still take that money to a market to go and buy something. And who will you find in the market when you get there? You find the Igbo man there. Whether it's food you are buying, whether it's building material, whether it's car, you find the Igbo man is there in the market waiting for you. So he's already in a position of advantage. So why would he disadvantage himself unless you people show him a readiness for change? So that is where we are right now. It might seem like nothing is going to happen, but something will definitely happen. This system is not sustainable.
So this man called me that I should come and drink. Yeah. They are flexing.
They said they love Tinubu's government, and they say no Igbo man should join any protest.
Yes, sir.
It's very bad time.
Yeah.